Hey everyone, welcome to ZEN Hustlers. This is Jared, the creator of the platform. And today we have a special guest, as you can tell from the background. This is Robbie Walls. She is an author, a speaker, a business leader, and she supports people to speak with Bold Girls Biz and her podcast. So Robbie and I met through the C-Suite Network, which is a network of entrepreneurs, founders, and thought leaders. And as soon as I met her, I realized this is someone that I want to interview for ZEN Hustlers Balance podcast and blog and vlog, because she's someone who's walking the talk. That's what we like to interview, people who have found the balance between the hustle and the Zen. They know how to live really productively and create thriving businesses. They also know how to relax and find Zen in their lives. So without further ado, Robbie, come on in. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello, hello. Oh, here I come.
All right. Woo. All right. Thank you.
Wow.
That's great.
Hello. I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you for, being spontaneous and being open to being interviewed. And I know that you run a podcast yourself. Was there anything that you wanted to mention other than what I mentioned in the intro that you want to call out in your background and what you're up to right now?
Well, okay. So since you said that, so yeah, I also have a franchise. So I'm a franchise owner. My passion is education, and I used to be a teacher and then transitioned from teaching in the classroom to owning a Sylvan Learning Center, which I'm very passionate about, which is educating children that may have a little learning disability, or they just need to catch up. So sometimes we have to definitely speed up in our education, and Sylvan Learning Center is there for us. So I have that, and then I have my speaking business, and I also just create programs for children and for adults.
I didn't actually know that you created a children's program. I love that. I have 2 children of my own. And so tell me a little bit about the curriculum that you create.
So what I do, so actually through Sylvan, it's proprietized.
Yeah.
And so what I do with that is I actually help them with that. But then individualized plans, sometimes we need to get, that child is separate. So we will come up with we call it an IEP, that's individualized plan for that child. And I will help with our team, because it's always with the team. We will help build something special on the side for that child.
Got it.
Yeah, and sometimes that child may have some dyslexic problem. Reading is very low, math, and so with the Sylvan program, we will add to that. Yeah.
Well, there's nothing more important than educating our children right now, especially right now, because I am a part-time homeschool father. So I realize how important this is in our culture, and redefining hard. Education. What are we teaching them? What's important?
Right.
And then figuring out a way to build in social aspects even during all this.
Absolutely. That's the big thing. I think the education will come. It's the social part that really needs to be there. The education will come, but that social part, we need that interaction. We need that, hey buddy, slap hands, laugh, even get on the teacher's nerve. Kids miss that.
Yeah, completely. And they need that. So right now we're the teachers, and it's a lot to be asking of parents. So I really shout out to all the parents, because when we talk about Zen and hustle, it's like we got the hustle in overload. And now it's like figuring out how do we get the Zen back in our lives so that we can be effective and we can be patient and empathetic, because otherwise it is intense.
It's very intense for parents now. So my heart goes out to you. I'm of a certain age, and this generation, they have a whole new way of learning.
Yeah.
It's all 10 steps when, we got there in 2 steps. Yeah. It takes them a while, but they are learning. So
exactly.
I feel for you, but I get it too at the same time.
So speaking of parents, who taught you to hustle? How did you who taught you the business hustle?
I have 2 parents. Well, of course I have 2 parents, but I have parents that are from the education field. And so my father was a science teacher in middle school, totally different. You have to be called for the middle school. And
Yeah.
my mother was in high school teaching business. So I had
Oh, wow.
science and business. And so with that whole business background, she taught me the numbers. She taught typing. She taught the whole hustle aspect of getting out there and creating a business. And then here I am today. So yeah, definitely my parents.
Well, shout out to mom. Congratulations. And
Yeah,
the
shout
dads
out to
too.
mom.
Yeah. I feel like parents teach, they're always teaching, right? We're always learning from our
We
parents.
all are teachers.
And like, there's like this balance of like, you learn certain stuff from dad, you learn certain stuff from mom, and it just makes this nice equation of a person, hopefully, right? And when you don't have that great mother, father role models, you look for it in other places. So who are some professionals that kind of, I know you're connected to Vision and Mind Valley. So who are some of the professionals? He's one of the experts in our network also. Who are some of the other professionals that kind of guide you as a hustle mindset?
Oh my goodness. So the first one that really sets me up, and he's actually my mentor now, and that's Simon T. Bailey. He is a speaker that has really helped me to grow up and to be a presenter and to really, are you familiar with Simon T. Bailey?
I am not. I want to be now. I'm gonna look him up right after our call, and I'll put a link into this video.
Great. Yeah. Simon T. Bailey, and he's just a renowned speaker. And through him, I have met so many people that have just paved the way for me. So he's the first person that comes up to me right now. But if I go back to thinking of who really inspired me, of course, was Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
And just everything about her is really what raised me up to be who I am as a Black woman, but more so to speak and to just inspire and to impact lives like what she does today, and she always has done.
Yeah, I love it. And actually, that reminds me, I need to put her on the expert. Like, she's so big, it's like I kind of forget. It's like she's just, such a large force in the universe. I actually want to add her as one of our expert hustlers because she's an entrepreneur, she's a businesswoman, she's an actress, she's a producer. I mean, the woman does. I don't know how she does it all, Yeah,
exactly. Like, so everything. So walking in her steps, even though I don't know her personally. Yeah. Still walking in her steps.
Yeah, of course.
I went to one of her events, and it was here in St. Louis, and I don't know what year. Maybe it was in 2006, 8, something. I mean, it was very way back. Yeah. I mean, the feeling that you have, it's more so energy. You feel it. Her presence will get you like, nice. It is so inspiring.
That's
to
awesome.
Be around her.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then so on the Zen side, first of all, how do you, we do this little introductory profile of you, and we're going to share that on our blog. So how you mentioned that like different times of the day, you feel more in flow. What does that mean when you're in flow? What does that mean for you personally?
So when I'm in flow, it's my creative spot. And that creative spot helps me to flow evenly. I don't even have to be quiet. It's literally a part of the day that I know intuitively that I can be very creative. I can be creative with the ideas that come through my head, naming things. And I don't even have to close my eyes. It's something that I can feel in the universe that brings me that energy that I know that is my creative spot.
Got it. And how do you use that? How do you use that in your business? Like, what do you do in those special times that you're feeling that great creative flow?
So when it comes, and it does come, on my phone, I have it's a journal that I call Day One. And with that Day One journal, I can speak it into my phone right then and there. So it's right there in Day One. I can pull up the app, I can take pictures, and I put it in there so that it is recorded. I don't have to have a pencil or a paper around me. I always have my phone. Everyone always has their phone. Day One is just the best app
Got it.
and journal that you can do every day. And I like how it systematizes it, and it actually, gives you ideas. What doesn't give you ideas, but it gives you times, and it gives you places to put everything that you need right here on your phone, because your phone is always with you.
Got
So
it.
I always have that with me. And when those ideas and names come, boom, it is right there on app.
I am going to add that actually also to our platform, because we're always looking for these productivity hacks that we can
Yeah.
do. I used to use things like Evernote, and now I use like voice memos. I actually, I get a lot of ideas early in the morning and late at night. And
Late at
I've
night.
realized that with voice memo, all I have to do is like open up my phone, hit record, and I can start talking into it and capture something. And I can even close my eyes and just let the thoughts kind of flow and flood. And then I'll transcribe it later using some software or manually if I really want to go through it again, because we never know when those great ideas are going to come, right? Like we don't know exactly where they're going to come from.
That's correct. And
Yeah.
sometimes they'll come, like you said, at nighttime, and it could be through a dream. Well, I have my phone there too. And so, I'll just definitely, because I don't have a pen, and, you're in a state of consciousness. So you just say it, you just speak it, and and you have it, and then you go back to sleep, because it just happens when you least expect it.
What do you do in one of those challenging times when you're feeling the overwhelm and you're feeling the business stress and the pressure? There's too many things to do. I can't get to all of it. What is one of your hacks, or one of your life kind of strategies to deal with that when that happens for you?
I slow up. I completely slow down in order so that I can speed up.
Yeah.
So, and what I mean by that is I literally stop, and I will find something else to do, because it does the pressure it's in your head like a sinus pressure,
Totally.
like sinuses,
Totally.
right? It's in your head. So you literally have to stop what you're doing and think about what is going to make you happy at that moment in time right then. For me, I have a favorite place here in St. Louis that I will go and get a cupcake. I'll just drive, and it's like 20 minutes away. I'll just get in the car and I will drive and get my favorite grasshopper cupcake. Or I will go to the coffee shop and get my favorite tea. I just take my mind and the stresses away to find something that's going to give me that pleasure and that happy space, that happy place that I need to be in.
Yeah.
One time I actually just drove, it was an hour away. I just drove there, just to that place. I just wanted to drive, listen to a book, and get away. So I've done that too.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. And often it's like that switch. You just got to switch your environment. You got to get out of it, because you're stuck in it and it's just swirling around like a tornado. And it's like, get me out of it. At least out of it, I can see. Exactly. And I think that's something that I recommend and I use also. It's like switch, do something different, go for a walk, get outside. I often find, look at nature, just like look at a tree, look at the clouds, like something to just like distract your brain, because it's like a swirl and it's a lot. Like we juggle a lot, especially in this, this modern, business context. It's like we're being asked to do almost everything. And I know we have helpers and we have assistants and we have contractors and all these other things, but sometimes you just got to hit the pause button and say, hang on a minute, it's all going to be fine. I got to step back, take some breaths, and move on. Yeah.
And one little simple thing, if you don't want to do those things that I just mentioned, find what's best for you. But smiling. Yeah. Just smile.
Yeah.
This whole smile thing on the face, there is so much that happens inside of the body.
Yeah.
It just starts transcending calmness, happiness, and just a peace of mind. That word peace.
Speaking of peace, that's a perfect segue into my next question is, how did you get into meditation? Why did you get into meditation, first of all? Like, what was that moment of like, hey, I got to do this? And then how did you get into it? And then how has it evolved to today's practice?
a great question. So I got into meditation because, so I've gone through some tragedies in my life. I had my first husband who passed away. He actually passed away in my arms.
Oh my gosh,
that
I'm
was
sorry to hear that.
very, very, very stressful for me.
Of
and
course.
because we thought he was going to make it, right? You just have all this faith and hope, but it didn't happen. And you're devastated and perplexed. So you think you have devastation and you have perplexion, like you just don't know.
Yeah.
And I did not want to spiral down into anger. I didn't want to be that person that just cry all the time. I had that moment. The headaches were there. I said, I'm done. I have to get out of this. In order to get out of it, I had to see myself in another light.
Yeah.
So I began to do yoga. Yeah, that really helped, and then started meditating.
And when was this? How long ago was this?
Well, okay, so that was in 2000.
Oh, wow. Okay. So 21 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So I've been doing that. And yes, it took that tragedy to get there, but it was the mindset that I had, that I knew I had to get there.
Got it.
And I started reading the Bible and just getting that peace, because you want to find peace because you don't understand what the heck happened, right?
Yeah.
So, and then that's when I just really got into myself, just finding my inner peace and my inside of me.
Got it.
During that time. And then I transitioned into another marriage, and that was great. Everything was fine. But then he decided he didn't want to be married anymore. Okay. And that took me another place, right? Took me to another place that I had to catapult myself. And after that, I really got into deep meditation. And that's probably when I met Vishen, around that time, through social media. And I'm trying to think how he came to me, because no one really told me. He just came. Sometimes things just come to you. The universe sends you that magic, and it's for you. And that's what happened. And then I just began to get in his classes and really set myself up for the success that I needed, because I know everything is in the mind.
It all starts in the mind, right? Yeah. It all starts. So if for people who We'll put links to Vishen's work, but for people who don't know, it's Vishen Lakhiani. He's the founder of Mind Valley. He's an amazing author and speaker and creator of businesses, enterprises around the world now. He's got a global team, and he is featured on one of our experts. And then you also mentioned the app. So tell me, because that, to me, that speaks again to the hustler, because it's like an effective, productive way to do meditation with the Omvana app. So tell me about how you use the Omvana app.
So the Omvana app, he has anything that you are going through, struggling with. You can pull up the app. I'm trying to grab my phone to pull it up and just head it up. And there's modules in there that you go through, and he will help you zen through all of them. So let's say you're low on confidence. Well, he's got one in there for confidence. You can go to Steve G. Jones and listen to that. Have you heard of Steve G. Jones?
I don't. That was a new name to me.
He is a hypnotist. I don't want to. I shouldn't say that, but
a mentalist. Some people call them mentalists now. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So he has. I'm just going to pull up instead of just. I know I need to slow down with my voice as well so that you can understand me. So his 6-phase meditation is on there. Anything life, vision, purpose, mind, focus. If you need more focus, leadership qualities, whatever you're looking for. He's got it in this app. So he has comprised everything into his app called Omvana.
Got it. Great. Thank you. Because a lot of people, I think it's changing now. I think there was this perception that it was kind of hippie yoga, new agey. And I think it's changed now, because there's so many CEOs and business people that are using it because they realize it is a productivity hack to meditate and quiet the mind and slow down. It is not, you're not kind of you're not disconnecting from the world. You're actually reconnecting so that you get more productive and more effective. Would you agree with that?
100%. I like the word reconnecting because that's what you're doing. You are reconnecting. At the end of the day, we're all trying to make it down here, right?
Yeah.
And so reconnecting is what this app does. He has greater confidence. I'm looking at some of the titles: money success, the fear of failure, being more assertive. You want to be productive? He's got one for that. Be insanely productive. I've listened to that one over and over again. It's really good. I totally recommend it.
I wanna thank you. That I'm gonna actually, we have links to that on ZEN Hustlers. We'll repost that for you. Thank you, because that's a perfect call out to the similar tools that we're leveraging. So, what are some of the common things that you're finding through your speaking? I know speaking has changed due to the pandemic, but through the podcasting world, like, what are some common topics and issues that you're coming up against that you're seeing people dealing with?
Oh, the biggest one is loneliness, and the second one is depression.
Got it.
I guess those are,
Yeah, they're intertwined. Yeah.
They're intertwined, and it's good to be a part of a network like the C-Suite, or I'm a part of 2 other networks where I can meet with other women, other like-minded people, to help me to stay abreast, because we're all in this, and everyone's going through it.
Yeah.
But everyone's at different levels when they go through it. Some people might not meditate, I also I also have a sauna. I love to sit in my sauna, and it's an infrared sauna.
That's an infrared sauna. So tell me how you chose infrared over steam or heat.
So the infrared is more of a healing. So it helps you. The infrared goes through your body and starts healing and helps you sweat. So it's a healthy sweat.
Yeah.
It's not a sweat where you stink. It's actually sweat detoxing. So everything that I've eaten, because sometimes, I don't always eat like I should, so I go in my sauna and I will detox it out.
Yeah. So you could see a cupcake here, a cupcake there.
Cupcake there, yeah. So that will help you to just get those toxins out your body.
That's great. I love that you do that. How often do you do that? I'm just curious.
Okay, so I'm supposed to do it every day.
Oh, really? Wow. That's a lot.
30 minutes. But I've been off balance.
Yeah, of course.
So how do you get back on it?
Yeah.
You just go in it. You have to find a time when you really want to do it. I like to do it at night. My husband does it in the morning.
Got it.
When you get that balance, it's good. And sometimes he sits in it for like 20 minutes. I sit in it for roughly 30 to 40 minutes.
And do you have to shower afterwards, or you don't have to shower?
You don't.
Okay.
You don't.
That's interesting.
So if you've ever done yoga where it's
hot yoga.
Yeah, it's the same sweat, but that you are really working out. So
I always shower after hot yoga because I'm a dripping puddle of toxic mess after that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But this in the sauna, you do just sit and I sweat profusely, and then you drink water and you just keep sweating, out the toxins.
It's good, right? It's good for you to do.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah.
So what are some advice? What's some advice you tell kind of women getting started either on your podcast or professionally? Because there's a lot of different philosophies in business now. There's a lot of different people speaking. And we're trying to also define our own voices, you and I, through our own different platforms. So what are some of the ways that you do a larger philosophy or something that you share on your podcast or your speaking?
So I always share that you can learn from others, or you can do this by yourself. And it's best through my podcast, you are learning from the lessons learned.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the mistakes that you make, that can be avoided.
Yeah.
Big time. Just listen to the pioneers that are already going up the scale, and it fits your lifestyle, fits what you're doing. you need to be with them so that you won't make those same mistakes. Or I don't want to call them mistakes, let's call them setbacks, because they do happen in business. And we as entrepreneurs, we have to pick up the reins and keep going, because if we don't, then we'll just sit back and it won't happen, right?
Yeah,
And then
no,
we'll go
completely. And there is
yeah.
a moment where you have to make stuff happen. You got to be on your game and you got to make it happen. Otherwise, the moment will pass. And
Yep,
either
and
your
that's being that
motivation will slip or your courage will slip or something will
exactly.
slip. And, you know, sometimes it's a connection or something. So I agree. You got to embrace that moment. That's part of it, is just being active in that moment.
Being active in that moment. And my word, like one of your questions was, what is your, hashtag word? Well,
Yeah.
I couldn't think of what my hashtag word for this whole year is forward, right?
Forward. I love that.
Keeping that momentum. So hashtag forward. It always, I have it on a piece of paper in my
Good.
office. It has hashtag forward. That keeps me moving forward, because we need the momentum, you know.
Yeah.
It's in this time.
I don't know when I started doing it, but I started signing my emails as onwards. Instead of like best or yours truly or so, it was just like onwards, because it's like, what's next? How are we moving on after this email? So yeah, I just got a little notification from Zoom saying hi. So we're going to wrap up. What is, I know you shared an Albert Einstein quote. Do you have it handy? I'd love for you to.
My favorite quote.
Yeah.
Quote. Yes, I do. I should just know it by heart, right? But that's okay. So I want to read it and say it just like it is read. So everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Something to think about.
It is. And I think we go around looking at things thinking that, hey, you should do this, you should be this. And the comparison, I had someone recently say, if you could get rid of one thing, what would it be? And they said comparisons. And I thought that was a really beautiful, I thought he was going to say like, get rid of something physical or tangible. And he was like, well, get rid of comparisons in your life. And I was like, whoa, you just kind of blew my mind right there. Like, yeah, like we never know the full story of other people. We always make assumptions. It's just a built-in human trait. And so getting rid of that comparison thing is a great thing.
I love that.
Yeah, isn't that cool? That was really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
So how can people, what's the best way for people to engage with you and follow you and connect with you further?
So absolutely. Thank you. Please text the word BOLD, that's BOLD, to 55312.
Got it.
Or you can reach me up, and there's my information at robbiespeaks.com. You can also text me. Like, I am so free. Just text me, 314-277-3222. So I gave you 3 ways to get in touch with me, and I look forward to one of those 3 avenues. You can text BOLD to 55312, Robbie at robbiespeaks.com, or give me a text at 314-277-3222. Super simple.
Thank you, Robbie. That was great. I love how you've got the text and you've got the email and you've got the text program, and it's really cool. That again is like, it really shows that you're in the know, and you're right there where people want to be, because that's what it's about, in that connecting moment. We have not gone the texting route yet, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to do your text and see what happens, and then follow that model. And
that's the whole digital platform, and I would love to let you know how you can do that, because it is so much fun. The digital platform is really good. I connected with my parents at Sylvan and text out blasts and emails. It's great, and you can do videos on it. So yeah, please do let me know, and I'll give you that.
As the last part, what's one thing you're looking forward to coming up in your life?
What's the last part? Say it again.
One thing you're looking forward to coming up. What's one thing you're looking forward to?
Oh, I'm going to Hawaii. So that's the first thing that came to mind.
Awesome.
So apart from business, that's going to be my zen. Okay. So that is going to be my zen. I'm going to Hawaii in June, and I am going to really sit by the ocean and zen my way up.
Perfect. Thank you, Robbie. I appreciate your time so much. That was a great interview. I really love speaking with you and getting to know you better. And if you're interested in learning more about Zen Hustlers, you can go to zenhustlers.com. We've got a ton of free resources. It was built for people to help find balance on the edge, whether it be an expert, a podcast, someone to follow, read, an online event to attend, or other resources like work from home resources and different things. So feel free to hit us up at zenhustlers.com. I'm Jared, the creator of it, signing off. Have a great week. And remember, we can all find balance on the edge if we just take a moment, go get in the car, have a drive, and go buy a cupcake. Thank you, Robbie. And I will be talking to you very soon. Have a great day.